Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I have been away for, I think it's been a week. Work was pretty hectic. That's why I wasn't able to put out any videos last week. But we are going to play catch up. I'm not going to speak too much on the whole back and forth between Olivia and Jasmine. I saw where they both was going back and forth with each other this weekend. I'm just really over that. I feel that is just getting old and played out. But I am going to cover a live that Olivia did recently. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
So CPS just left not too long ago. Probably like it's 2 o'clock. They probably left an hour ago. Okay, so CPS came and supposedly I'm abusing my kids on camera, like beating them with spatulas in front of you guys, and I'm starving them. I'm starving them so much to the point where they're screaming and crying that they're so hungry. When she read the report, I was like, really? That's what I'm doing? What is wrong with people? She had to look at my baby's body, and that's the only thing I fucking hate. I don't like them like it's like a fucking stranger looking at my child's body. I don't like that. And of course my babies don't have any bruises on them or any marks of any kind, but it's like, it's just ridiculous. You really don't feed your kids. How do I not feed my kids? No, I don't feed my kids what you guys feed your kids. And what I mean by you guys, I mean you haters in the back. I don't make meatloaf one night and pork chops the next, and I don't fucking know. I don't make all that bullshit. You know why? Number one, because I don't feel like it. I'm pregnant. Number two, because I don't want to. I don't have to cook for my kids. If I wanted to eat out every single fucking night, but they still ate, that's my choice.
So people who actually cook for their children, that's BS. According to you, that's BS. If a woman or a man cooks for his kids, cook home cooked meals, cooking, meats and veggies with a starch on the side, like a full course meal, that's BS. But then you sit here and you say, I don't have to cook for my kids. But you'll cook for a random. You'll meet a guy on a Tuesday, have him over on a Thursday, and you're cooking him a full course meal. But your children can't get you to cook for them. They have to settle for McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Olivia. And it's the fact that you keep blaming your pregnancy as to why you're not doing the bare minimum when it comes to your children. You wasn't cooking for them before you got pregnant. So I don't know why you're trying to make it seem like, oh, I don't cook for my kids because I don't feel like it because I'm pregnant. This is what you was doing prior to you getting pregnant. And it's like, how many times have we heard AJ tell you he was hungry? How many times have we heard Kalani tell you she's hungry? But yet you're on this camera 24/7, stuffing your face with food. The times that you do give them food, you have to eat it first before you give it to them. You're feeding them off your plate. Like, just because you're eating good doesn't mean your kids are eating good, Olivia, because it's been a lot of videos where you're denying your kids food. You're saying, y'all just ate. Just like you lied on AJ and you made it seem like he had just ate. And AJ said, Mom, you lied about that. You lied on me. That's what AJ said. Because you knew you hadn't fed him. And if you did give him something to eat, it was probably hours prior to you getting on that live. And you was stuffing your face with food and was getting mad because AJ kept telling you he was still hungry. How many times have we heard you offer your kids bars? Like, every time you're on a live, here's a bar. I want a bar. Even AJ and Kalani's asking for bars. Because that's pretty much what you feed them. They barely get breakfast. They're not getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You think if you give them a bar here and there, if you give them a lollipop, and you take them to McDonald's and give them a cheeseburger and some fries or some chicken nuggets and fries, you consider that feeding them. But you sit here and you eat whatever you want. But your kids don't get the same luxury.
So your comment was removed, but TM, you're not blocked. How do I not feed my kids? Can you explain this, please? A healthy, balanced diet. That doesn't mean I don't feed them. Because I don't feed them a healthy, balanced diet. Whatever you think that is in your eyes. That's not the definition of not feeding them. Demi. That's not feeding them what you think I should feed them, but you're not their parents. Thank you. So, yeah. Anyway, we already knew what it was, you guys. More false reporting. My babies love fruit. They do. AJ eats salad. They don't eat too much veggies, but they're 2 and 4. You know what I mean? Like they're toddlers, and you know, well, AJ's not a toddler, but you know what I mean. Like, that doesn't even matter though. Who gives a fuck? They'll start eating veggies when they feel like it. I don't care if CPS watches my videos. Exactly. My 1-year-old twins only eat buttered bread, cheese, and fruit right now. Exactly. They eat what they want to eat.
I mean, once again, Olivia shows her lack of knowing how to really be a parent, how to really take care of children, because any parent knows that a child needs to have a balanced diet. They need to have their meats, or they don't even have to have meat. Let me correct that, because I've seen a lot of healthy children who are raised on a plant-based diet, and you can definitely get protein from a lot of other sources. It doesn't necessarily have to be meat, but I'm just saying specifically, when it comes to making sure your children has a balanced diet, most parents understand that, and they know how to prepare foods to ensure that their children are getting the main essentials for their bodies to grow and be healthy. Olivia, for a long time, tried to talk down on other mothers on this platform that was buying a lot of McDonald's and other fast food for their children. When she felt like she was, incorporating a healthy lifestyle for her children, it was always her wanting to talk about the other parents that were feeding their children McDonald's. But look at what has transpired. This is pretty much all that we see Olivia purchasing for her children. This is AJ's and Kalani's main diet. 80% of their diet, of their food consumption, comes from fast food. And it's like, I'm trying to understand the whole air quotes, because again, a balanced diet makes sense to the average parent. But of course, you have to make everything out to be, it's not that big of a deal. Y'all are just, saying some stuff because you don't like the fact that people are calling you out on the fact that you don't know what you're doing over there as far as being a mother, taking care of children, raising children. And I just think that it's sad that you can literally say out of your mouth in a mommy sector to predominantly mothers I don't have to cook for my children. Because this is not the first time this girl has said this. We already called it out when she said it the first time. But it's the fact that she really feels this way. And of course she feels this way because Olivia is a lazy parent. Any way she can do bare minimum, that's the route she's going to take. She's not going to go over and beyond to try to do better, to learn how to cook, to do better in making sure her children are eating 3 meals a day, making sure they're having healthy options. And then for her to say, well, my kids, they'll eat veggies when they feel like it. Like, girl, what? You talking about AJ loves salads. How often do you introduce a salad to him? Is he eating a salad every day? Or is he only eating a salad when you decide you want to go out to eat and there's a salad in front of them? Like, this is not food that you're introducing to them every single day. So it just doesn't make sense for you to say they'll eat veggies when they feel like it. How about you be the parent and be the grown up and actually introduce vegetables to them every day? Introduce other foods to them besides a hamburger and chicken nuggets and fries. That's why your kids are picky, because they don't know any other foods. But I think this is horrible because, again, we see this girl even prior to pregnancy, because that's her excuse. Oh, well, I eat a lot because I'm pregnant. No, this is how you was eating prior to getting pregnant. You're always on camera eating whatever you want, ordering Uber Eats, going out to eat whenever you want to eat. But your children, they have to wait on you. Like, this is crazy to me. And once again, her supporters rally behind her and support this foolishness.
But am I single though? Yes, very much. Veggies need to be introduced early though, so they get used to them and find the taste for them. Says who? Says you, Valerie? I don't care what you think, Valerie. And I don't have to do what you say, Valerie. Valerie, do you vaccinate your kids? Because you shouldn't do that. But do you? You probably do. So we can all say what we shouldn't or should do or whatever. I think that people should just raise their kids and shut the fuck up when it comes to the next person. You really got to think to yourself, if you wouldn't say this to me in person, then why are you being a punk ass bitch online and making a CPS report? If I was at the grocery store, ain't no way none of you bitches would ever say, Olivia, hi.
Once again, Olivia, you are showing your ignorance, because you're sitting here getting offended because somebody is trying to speak truth to you. Again, most people understand the common sense behind you should introduce veggies to your children at an early age. That's common sense. But instead of you being able to have some type of reason within yourself and really give people's comments the benefit of the doubt as far as where you're extending some kind of logic towards what they're actually trying to say to you, you in turn show your ignorance. Because nothing about what that girl said or what Valerie said was wrong. That is how you get your children to embrace vegetables. It's when you introduce them to the vegetables at an early age. But you have to act like everybody's ignorant and you're the smart one. Like, girl. And for you to say, well, I don't have to listen to you because you're probably somebody who vaccinated your children. It's like, Olivia, I'm trying to understand what exactly is your full argument with that. Like, I get why you're saying what you're saying about the vaccines, and that can be a whole other type of conversation to be had. Yes, there has been some evidence showing that vaccines have caused certain type of issues. We can go down a rabbit hole with vaccines, okay? But I'm trying to understand really what is your full point with that. Because there are people who have been vaccinated and they're very intelligent. So were you vaccinated? Did your mother not vaccinate you? Because we can look at you as a case study, which we already do. But if you're trying to rally on the side of you shouldn't vaccinate your children and you were a product of that, that wouldn't make the average person not want to vaccinate their children. Because exactly what are you showing people that would make them actually want to stay on the side of not vaccinating their kids? Look at your life. If your mother did not vaccinate you, look at what came from your life. Look at what we're seeing.
I do. I'm not trying to be mean to you. Anti-vaxxer is crazy. No, you know what's crazy? You guys putting vaccines in your kids and not knowing what the fuck is in the vaccine. Can you guys tell me what's in the vaccine? What is in each shot? List the ingredients by ingredient. Can you guys do that for me? The people who have something to say. I'm not saying what to do with your kids. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want with your kids. I don't care. I'm not. That's your business. But can you list every ingredient that's in the vaccine shot? No. Okay, so putting something that you don't know inside your child is crazy to me.
Olivia, do you know what's in the food that you're feeding your children? You want to talk about women are, giving their children vaccines and they don't know what's in it. Do you know what's in the food that you're giving to your children? Do you not know that our food is heavily compromised? Our food is loaded with toxins, different chemicals, different, things that should not be consumed. Do you know that our meats are banned in Europe? They won't even touch our food because it's full of toxins and other stuff that they load in there that is not good for our bodies. There's stuff in our foods that is disrupting our hormones. It's causing people to have all types of issues, which is why our nation is riddled with obesity and heart disease and all these other type of issues, cancer. It's because of what they are putting in our food. This is why a lot of people go vegan, go plant-based, because our foods has been compromised. And you want to sit here and talk about other parents who are making other types of decisions when it comes to their kids? What about the food that you're giving yours? Like, do you not understand that years ago they were testing the meat that comes out of McDonald's and they found a great percentage of that meat was coming back with human DNA? Like, girl, we can sit here and we can really talk about it. But you're sounding very ignorant because you're acting like you're the better parent because you're choosing not to vaccinate your children. But in what other ways are you choosing to ensure that your babies will grow up to be healthy? Because the same lead and other stuff that they're finding in vaccines is in your food. Every time you use a microwave, you're putting toxins in your body. Every time you use aluminum foil, you're putting aluminum in your body. A lot of our foods have metal in it, which is why it is recommended that we do detoxes. Every time you step outside, you're walking under chemtrails. All this toxin is being sprayed in the sky. Every time you lather your children with sunscreen, know what is in that sunscreen. All that perfume that you just love to spray on you, a lot of perfume is toxic. So, we can really talk about it. We can all go down a rabbit hole. But I just think, again, it's just sheer ignorance for you to think that just because you choose not to vaccinate your children, that some kind of way that makes you a better parent. Because it doesn't.
And it's been proven that kids are fine without it. Robin is 12. She's never been vaccinated once. Is she dying of she a zombie? Is she like, no, my baby's perfectly healthy. I've never been vaccinated. Not a day in my life.
And there it is. I've actually never heard Olivia admit to the fact that she's never been vaccinated. So if this is true, if you've never been vaccinated, again, what is your point? Because we see the type of human being you are. We see the level of, intelligence that you bring to the table. We see your level of common sense. And you've never been vaccinated. But your daughter, Robin, hasn't been vaccinated, according to you either. But she's very smart. So the difference to me doesn't seem it has anything to do with whether or not a child is vaccinated. It's who is really showing up for that child and encouraging them to be educated, to love education, to instill in them the importance of education, instilling in them things that are going to help them along the way to gain more wisdom and more knowledge and understanding, more common sense. It seems like the difference between you and Robin is Robin has a support system around her that has been encouraging education to her. She's been consistent in her education. She hasn't had anybody holding her back from getting an education. Whereas with you, you had the total opposite. You didn't have a support system. You didn't have anyone in your life encouraging education to you and keeping you in school. So again, you have no argument. You just disproved your argument that it really doesn't matter if a parent vaccinates their child or not. But the difference with that is if you're not feeding your children the nutrients that they need, it's going to show up later down the road. Because please understand, when you're feeding your children nothing but processed food, that can cause them to have issues mentally. That can cause them to start having breakdowns in their body because they're not getting proper nutrients that their body needs to thrive and function the way it was meant to.
Okay. So, yeah, we can go back and forth all day about what's good, what's not good, what's this, what's that. But I think everybody just needs to mind their business. You have 6 kids and they're trying to give you lessons on nutrition. I mean, yeah, I know my kids eat they don't eat a lot of junk per se, but we just eat out a lot. We do because I don't feel like cooking. Key, I gave my first 4 the vitamin K shot. Yes, I did. That was about it. Well, yeah, that's it. That's the only shot, and they all got the eye ointment. The eye ointment and the vitamin K. Kailani got nothing. Kailani didn't get the vitamin K, she didn't get the eye ointment, nothing. And this baby will not receive anything. So, yeah. French fries are veggies. No, I mean, I do have to introduce more veggies, and I will, but it's not the end of times, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have a time limit. Like, when I want to do it, I'll do it, and we'll be just fine over here. My babies will be fine, I promise, guys.
I mean, it's the fact that her supporters really be trying to boost her up. I don't understand it, but one of her supporters said that people are basically trying to give Olivia nutrition advice, and she has 6 kids. That's what makes all of this worse because you got that amount of kids and you still don't understand the importance of nutrition. And then another one of her supporters said, "Well, fries is a vegetable." Lord have mercy. Like that's sad. That's very sad. And you're probably one who feeds your child french fries every day. This is just shameful.
You let random dacks in you. Wait, Jen, don't delete the comment. Hold on. In you knowing what they, in you not knowing what they have, no protection, and you sit here arguing what's in vaccines. Well, you don't know what I let put in me. And I feel like that's very weird that you care so much that I let random Zacks in me. That's my life. If I wanted to let a random Zack in me every single day, that's my business. That has nothing to do with me vaccinating my kids. Sorry. And I know you thought that was a funny comment, but it's not. You're just mad because you don't get no Zack at the end of the day.
I mean, I feel this was a valid argument. I mean, you made the point to say that parents shouldn't vaccinate their children because they don't know what's in the vaccine, but you are allowing random men, strangers, that you don't even know, have sex with you unprotected, and you're allowing them to release inside of you, which is how you ended up getting pregnant all these different times since your divorce. So, you don't know if these men are clean. You don't know how many bodies they have on them. You don't know if they had incurable diseases when you allowed them to have unprotected sex with you. You don't know what kind of spirits that are attached to them. But you was willing to lay down and open yourself to them, physically as well as spiritually. So, I mean, this was a valid argument to me. But of course, you got to downplay it. But I mean, valid point that this person made.
You know, it's okay. I understand. A lot of bitches don't get no Zack. Remember you said she feed them so good, no fast food? Oh, that's nice. Well, that was how my mom was feeding them. I'm not feeding them like that. We eat fast food around here, honey. And what the hell does me letting a man fuck on me have to do with me not vaccinating my kids?
What did somebody telling you that you should make sure your children have a balanced diet had anything to do with you feeling the need to ask them if they vaccinate their children? Like, what did that have to do with it?
What does that have to do with anything? And why are bitches so pressed about me having sex? Are you guys pressed? Like, it always turns into, oh, I let random guys fuck on me. And what's your point? I'm 35 years old. That's my business. I mean, I guess I let you guys in on my business, but I don't give a fuck. Girl. I could see if I was like sitting here with HIV or something, then you guys would probably have a leg to stand on, but I don't get STDs like that. Maybe you guys do, but I don't.
That was a very interesting way of putting it, Olivia, because you mentioned HIV and then you followed behind that and said, I don't get STDs like that. So it kind of leaves it open that you do get STDs, just not the STDs that are incurable. I mean, I definitely don't know what you got over there. Hopefully, you don't have anything, but I just feel that was a very interesting choice of words that you used.
So, it is what it is. Like, they're eating. They're eating. They're not skinny. They're not frail. They're strong, beautiful, healthy. You guys see my kids every day. They're not, The reason you call CPS is because you have a concern, not because you hate on a bitch. You know what I mean? That's not why you call CPS.
So you're trying to tell people that you actually had a concern when you called CPS on a few of the moms in this sector? Or was you doing it as a get back? Yeah. And once again, Olivia is showing her ignorance because I don't know why this woman thinks that just because a child is skinny, that some kind of way that means the child is malnourished or they're not being fed. It's genetics, Olivia. Some kids are skinny because that's just in their genetics to be skinny. Some people grow up skinny, and as they get older, becoming adults, they will start to put weight on them. Some people were just skinny their whole life. Just like some people may have been big their whole life. Like, you just don't know what a person's genetic makeup is for you to sit here and try to compare your children with other children to make it seem like, well, something has to be wrong with a child that's skinny. Like, that's just ignorant. And we definitely see Kalani's bald spots in her head. We definitely see AJ and Kalani coming on camera with dark circles under their eyes. They don't look healthy to me. On top of that, they're always sick. So I'm just trying to figure out, how are you even sitting here saying what you're saying right now? Because we already know you're trying to throw jabs at Jasmine's children. This is what you always do. You always try to compare your children with Jasmine's children. And I just think this is ridiculous at this point.
I think they're asking how are you so strict about vaccines but show no caution to unprotected sex? Because I'm not going to the street corner and picking up a man off the street who looks dirty and looks like a bum and looks like a... It doesn't matter. This topic is not about Olivia's vagina, okay? If I come on here and I say, y'all, I have HIV, y'all, I've contracted this and this, y'all, like, then we can have the conversation and you guys can all step in the comments and do your biggest one about how I shouldn't fuck random men. But I'm healthy as can be. And so are the niggas that I fuck. Okay? So that has nothing to do with nothing. The fuck? You can fuck one man for 15 years and catch AIDS, bitch. Did you not know that? It doesn't matter. Are you guys stupid? You guys are always so quick to try to, like, throw something in my face. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I get dick. Obviously. You know what I mean? Like, can we move on? Oh my God. What the hell? I never seen so many grown-ass women worried about another grown-ass woman's sexual habits. Like, do you guys want me to start an OnlyFans? Do you guys want to come in the bedroom with me? Like, what is it giving? You're not doing it. You're not getting the dick that I get, so why are you worried about it?
Wow. This girl said, I've never seen so many women care about another woman's sexual life. But this is what you throw in everybody else's face. You always go to, you can't get no D. You just mad because you can't get D. This is what you say about other women when you don't like what they are saying about you. That is your go-to. You're ugly. You're dusty. You're broke. You're mad because you can't get D like me. You're mad because you don't have a roster like me. You're mad because I can have any man I want and you can't. You're mad. This is what you do, Olivia. But now it's, I've never seen so many women care about another woman's sex life. But obviously you care about everybody's sex life. If you didn't care, that wouldn't always be your go-to for a diss when you don't like what people say about you. And I think it's insane that you would sit here and try to act like all the men, random men you mess with are clean, when you yourself said that you are attracted to bums. So the men that you mess with, Olivia, you know they're bums. You know they're dusty. You know they're broke. But you still gravitate to them anyway because according to you, the dusty bums are the ones that have the best D. That's what you said. But now you're trying to convince people that all the men you mess with are clean. How would you know that, Olivia, when you literally met Jim Bay one day and slept with him the same day? Meeting him for the first time in the gym in your apartment complex, you slept with him later on that same day. How did you know he was clean? Like, seriously. You said you met Zolo at a halfway house. How did you know he was clean? You moved him in your house quickly. Just like you met Brandon at the Little Caesars and he was in your apartment shortly after. How did you know Brandon was clean? And I'm not trying to put no STDs on these men, but I think it's very bizarre that you're sitting here trying to act like you only mess with men that are clean. And you don't know nothing about these men. You're not doing no background checks. You're not trying to get to know who these men are. You're not courting. You're not talking just over the phone for a while. No, you meet them on a Tuesday and they're over your house within 24 to 48 hours. In some kind of way, you just magically know if they're clean. Girl, get out of here. Just like you talking about if you just happen to have a house in Virginia, like you would announce that to YouTube. You know good and well you wouldn't tell anybody that type of information. You wouldn't voluntarily tell YouTube that this is what it is. Like, girl, stop. Olivia knew what it was. She knew what the people were trying to ask her, trying to get her to make the point with her trying to, throw out there the importance of not vaccinating her kids. And on top of that, she moves the way she moves with men. Like, she understood. She just didn't want to have to explain it because she doesn't know how to explain it, which is why she got mad. She always gets an attitude and start cussing at people and talking down on them when she can't communicate what it is that the people are asking of her, or when somebody asks a question or makes a valid point, she doesn't know how to respond. So she gets mad and throws a tantrum. But she understood exactly what that was. It doesn't make sense for her to be all, against vaccines, but look at how you're moving with your own body. You're reckless with your body.
The hell? I'm so confused. I never understood this conversation of you bitches. Oh my god. She fucks everybody under the sun. And what about it? I don't understand. And how the fuck do you know if I'm having unprotected sex or not? You don't know when the hell I have unprotected sex, you weird ass bitches.
Really, Olivia? You really gonna go here? You just met the guy that you ended up getting pregnant by, and we can speculate all day which one she's pregnant by. The story is still the same. You met them, and shortly after meeting that person, you slept with him, and you slept with him unprotected. Because explain to me how it is that you are in the situation you're in right now, and you thought Joey was the baby father. How explain that? If you're not just out here just sleeping around unprotected, how would you be in this situation where you don't know who the baby father is? Huh? And another clue, Olivia, that we know you sleep with people unprotected is because it came out of your own mouth. You said, I'm not wrapping nothing up.
Wrapping it up and birth control and a damn plan B. To be on the safe side. Well, I ain't wrapping nothing. Okay? Let's just be real. And a plan B, possibly. Birth control, I don't think so.
That's what you said out of your mouth. So, please miss me with that. Like, girl, you tried it.
I'm gonna keep being strict about vaccines. You guys put that shit in your body if you want to. I bet you catch something before I catch something. Me fucking all these random dudes, bitch. I bet you get high blood pressure first. Okay? I bet you lose an eye first, bitch. Okay? Shit, a bitch around here don't even get a cavity. You guys are worried about unprotected sex. Is y'all good? Worry about your own bodies. Are y'all good? Okay, let me read these comments.
Wow. I mean, wow. It's just the ignorance for me. Like, girl, you are too old to be this ignorant.
Can't wait to get some dick right now. Okay, let me hush. I hope my mom's not in here. He's a very picky eater as a young child, but now he's 16 and he's open to. Oh, that's good, Joanne. That's really good. Yeah, I have somebody that's very close to me too, and her son is autistic as well. And all he would eat for the first like 5 years of his life is potato chips, chicken nuggets, strawberries. Like he was very limited on what he liked, but that's what she gave him. Exactly what he liked every single fucking day. Is she a bad mom? No, that's what her baby liked. Was he starving? No, he was a chunky little boy. What the hell?
This is not the first time Olivia has shared that she has someone in her real life who has a child that has autism. But I still think it's crazy because I know I spoke on this a while back when she mentioned this. And this was around the time she was making fun of other people's children and saying that they were special ed and, you know, basically making fun of their mental issues, their learning disabilities. And I just think it's the craziest thing for her to say that she knows somebody in her real life who has a child with autism, and these are the things that comes out of her mouth about other people's children. She laughs on other people's children. She loves using the R word as a trigger word on people. I think it's so disgusting, the stuff that Olivia says and does, especially when it comes to how she talks down on innocent children, innocent babies.
What happened was she came in. She told me the dumbass report. Okay, cool. I explained to her what I do, and this is what happens. I have a million police CPS reports, all been dismissed, and oh, and I did ask her about childcare. She's gonna look into it for me. So thank y'all on that point. What else? Oh, she looked at my fridge. My fridge is full. My pantry's full. My freezer's full. I just told her that I don't feel like cooking, so we eat out a lot. And then she had to look at the kids, and she was on her merry way. That's what happened. So will you be getting some free childcare? Hopefully. She said she's gonna look into it. I told her I just need all I need for this county is a referral. So I said, if you can refer me, if you can give me a referral, they'll put me back, they'll give me free childcare again. So hopefully. Lies? What's lies? Oh, you're mad? You're mad because your stupid ass lies are gonna get me help again? Aw, well, Ginger, stay watching, babe. So I can shove it in your face about how you stupid bitches helped me again. So, make sure you stay tuned, okay?
I have never seen anything like this because this is really giving broke energy, Olivia. This is broke behavior. For you to be all excited about getting free childcare again by CPS. Like, most people are trying to keep CPS out of their life, out of their home, out of their children's life. You embrace it. You're cool with it. As long as you can get something for free, you're cool with it. And I think that's crazy. But it just really goes to show that when you look at CPS as a whole, it just seems like they don't really do the types of investigating that they should. It just seems like they're solely looking at whether or not if a child has bruises. That seems to be their main concern. Because just because you have a refrigerator full of food, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you pack your freezer with food, that doesn't mean anything. But I don't know. I just think this whole situation is just really old because I would think that would be something that would cause CPS to look further into the situation, considering she has had a lot of CPS cases. And it can't just solely be, oh, well, all I have to do is tell them I do social media and I'll immediately get a pass. That's pretty crazy. If that's the way she's able to get by without being, completely investigated by CPS. But we see a lot of these cases where CPS definitely drops the ball with a lot of children. And, I don't know what else to say about that. I just think this whole situation it's just sad because this has been going on for longer than it should. I definitely do not condone people, weaponizing CPS on people and, just making up false reports on people. But I feel that there are some situations that warrant a call to CPS. And I feel like over the years, we have definitely seen some questionable things go on in Olivia's home where it definitely puts a concern as far as how her children are being taken care of, how they're being treated. And so this is why I have always made it a point to say that people need to really pray for those children. I don't say that just to say it because it sounds good. I'm saying it for a purpose. They need prayer. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.